Hello everyone and welcome back. In this video, I'm going to talk to you about Florida's Special Needs Registry. And if you've never heard of it, don't be shocked. I hadn't heard of it either until very recently when a colleague of mine who's a clinician brought it to my attention. And she said, have you ever heard of the Florida Special Needs Registry? And I said, I haven't. She said, well, I'm nervous about it. And I said, why? And she said, well, there's this registry. It's not mandatory, it's optional, but if you have special needs, you can register, and now the government has your information, and I'm afraid about what they're going to do with it. And I said, let me take a look at this. So I'm going to post with this video a link to the article she sent me so that you can read it for yourself. I'll also put in here a link to the actual registry itself. And if you want to, the actual statutory authority, the law for this, is contained in section 252 of the Florida statutes. And I went to take a look at this. But I'm going to read you some of this. I hope this will clarify things, and then we can talk about it more. But the specific section of the statute I'm looking at is section 252.311, which is the legislative intent. In other words, what did the legislature intend when they passed this law? And it says, the legislature finds and declares that the state is vulnerable to a wide range of emergencies, including natural, technological, and man-made disasters, all of which threaten the life, health, and safety of its people. It talks about damaging and destruction of property and things of that nature. So it goes on to say, and I apologize if this is a tad convoluted, but it says it is the intent of the legislature to reduce the vulnerability, it's been a long day, of the people and property of this state, to prepare for efficient evacuation and shelter of threatened or affected persons. And it also, if you take a look at 252.356, which is emergency and disaster planning provisions to assist persons with disabilities or limitations. State agencies that contract with providers for the care of persons with disability or limitations that make such persons dependent upon the care of others shall include emergency and disaster planning provisions in such contracts at the time the contracts are initiated or upon renewal. So what's going on here? Okay, is this some type of, nebulous, state of Florida plan to get a list of people who have special needs? I got to tell you, and I'm pretty tough on the state when it comes to things like the Baker Act, because I think it's horribly abused. But I don't think in this instance that there's any nefarious purposes going on here. I think what's going on here is that because we have things like hurricanes, natural disasters that tend to happen here in Florida, and flooding, we want a list of people who potentially might need more help, who might need assistance in these situations, who might be the people that we go to look for first to get them help, because maybe they don't have the ability to help themselves. And I think what's going on here is that the state has created a system that enables law enforcement, it enables local agencies, organizations that have contracted with the state to provide services for people with special needs, to know who these people are so they can reach out to them first. I think that's what's going on here. That's my personal sort of, 10-second overview of what's really going on here. I don't think there's nefarious purposes here. Now, is it possible the state can abuse this? Yeah, I mean, look, that can happen at any time there's sort of a list created of people who, are potentially vulnerable. But, I don't think that's an issue. Now, whether or not you decide you have, because you have a loved one with special needs, you want to register them, I mean, that's entirely up to you. I'm not telling you what to do here. Look, even as a lawyer, when I'm dealing with a family in crisis, I give them options. I don't tell people what to do. It's not the way I was raised. It's not the way I practice law. I give you an opinion if you want it, but I don't tell you what to do. I think that here in Florida, we're trying to help people, right? As a general rule. And with the Baker Act, that doesn't always happen, but I think the intent here is to try and help people. So that's my take on the Florida Special Needs Registry. I'll put the link in the video below here to the article that was sent to me by the clinician. And thank you to that clinician. She knows who she was for sending that and bringing it to my attention. And I'll also put in here a link to the registry, and you can decide for yourself if you want to do that. So that's it, Florida Special Needs Registry. And if you like the video, I'd love a thumbs up. It helps me. And if you'd like to get more videos like this, hit the subscribe button. And with that said, thanks for tuning in. See you in the next video. Bye-bye.